Everybody give me just a moment and we'll get started. All righty. Let me go over here and do this. Well, welcome. All right. Good morning, Trace. Yeah, thanks God for us waking up this morning. Because a lot of people didn't wake up. I think I'm coming down with a slight cold or something. I had to take me some cough drops this morning. Woke up with a slight fever at about 4 a.m. this morning. So, but I'm going to get this started so I can get back to nursing myself back to health. Definitely don't want to lose my voice. All right, let me share this out real quick. Let me get this shared out and then we'll get started here. It's out to a few places real quick this morning, and then we will get started. You're gonna have to forgive me. My voice is a little crackly and hoarse this morning. I don't want to lose my voice again. Probably should take about a week off, but all right. Okay. Let's get started here. Go ahead and get back over here so we can get started. All right. I'm hoping everyone can hear me. Yep. Sound is good. Let's go ahead and get started. Start my recording. Good morning, everyone. I want to thank you all for joining me this morning. This is Calvin Butler with the RBBS, Logistics Non-Insurance and the National Dispatchers Network, and we are bringing to you this morning yet again the load board report. The time now is 6:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know we'll try to get started at 6 a.m., but you know, life is life, and I do run a dispatch firm. I do have loads that I need to book and carriers that I need to get out, you know, on my own. So that's what I was doing this morning. Plus, I'm coming down with something. You know, look, people say it might be COVID. Well, I've had COVID at least 4 times already. I mean, seriously. Yeah, I'm vaccinated, boosted, and all that kind of stuff. But I've had it at least 4 times already. And the worst time was the first time before the vaccine came out. I have to say that one almost killed me. Yeah, that one almost took me out. But every time after that, it's been like like this, a scratchy throat, a couple of cold symptoms. Then it goes away within a week or two. So, but so let's just hope and pray that this will be more of the same. All right, let's go to get started with the load board report. This is sponsored by the RBBS Logistics Non-Insurance and the National Dispatcher Network. The load board report is a weekly, daily review of what's going on in your neck of the woods when it comes to freight and load availability, where I actually come on and I give away free freight to those people who call me up on my cell phone. You can call 866-973-6445. Again, that's 866-973-6445, and hit extension 1 or extension 2, and let me know where you're at, what type of trailer you have, and we'll see if we can find you some freight that's gonna make you happy with a lot of money. Now, this is so dispatchers out there, if you have carriers who are looking for loads, give me a call this morning on the load board report, or join us live on YouTube and just type it in there, what type of trailer you have and what city you're at, and we'll go to work for you to get you some loads free of charge, no cost, 0 cost, no dispatch fee doing the load board report, because that's what I do during the load board report. I give away free freight. Just give it away. Every morning I give it away. All right. So let's go and get started. Start sharing my screen. Okay, as always, we are sponsored by the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers, an actual freight broker and dispatch agent vocational school here in Tallahassee, Florida, with a campus and the whole 9 yards to boot. That's 2 weeks of in-depth training that we have for our freight broker agent and dispatch agent training course, logistics course that we have here in Tallahassee, Florida, which is taught by all of our instructors are owners of freight brokerage firms and owners of state licensed dispatch firms. And we offer guaranteed career placement at the end of course completion. That's right. You heard me right. Guaranteed career placement. No other logistics learning, brokerage learning, brokerage, vocational school, dispatch platform offers guaranteed career placement, but we do. Okay. At the end of the 2-week course here in Tallahassee, there's a team, several freight brokerage firms and several dispatch firms that are there ready to make an offer to every person that completes our course. Guaranteed. We're also sponsored by our online platform, which is the National Dispatchers Network, training in the convenience of your home. Our online platform will train you to earn 100K plus from home, dispatching freight, and provide the online network, tools, resources, and training to ensure your success. You'll get access to more than 100 load boards. Our students don't pay for load boards. You'll get access for more than 140,000 hours of operational training videos. That's a lot of videos, y'all. You get access to more than 19 million direct verified shippers. You get access to every registered owner operator in the United States. You get access to our live training every Thursday night, which is tonight. We have dispatch training from 7 p.m. to 8:30, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You also get access to our logistics library that has every word, phrase, and term ever used in trucking. You also get access to our network of more than 2,967 industry professionals. These are all freight brokerage firm owners, dispatch firm owners, trucking company owners, small fleet owners, distribution center and plant managers, shippers, the third-party logistics firm. Just about everybody who is in the industry, you all come together in our private groups on Facebook and other social media sites, and our private clubhouse platform where you all get to talk to each other, help each other to understand the industry, help each other to find and book freight. You did a network with each other and help each other to make money and be successful, because that's what it's all about. $29.99 per month on up to $99.95 per month, with the enrollment fees ranging from $249.95 upward to $349.95 on your initial enrollment fees. And you get access to all this material, all these tools and resources, all of our training videos, our live training, our network, our library, shippers, brokers, owner operators, and more than 100 load boards. Come on, you can't beat that. We save dispatch firms and brokerage firms on average $400 to $600 per month. That's right. We saved you money. Yeah, we saved you money. Everyone else, charge you for their course, and then they send you on your way, and you gotta do all this stuff on your own. You gotta pay for all this other stuff. You gotta pay for it out of your pocket. Not with us. When you join our platform, we take care of you. We don't just train you. We provide you with the tools, the resources, the network, and things you're going to need throughout your entire career as a freight broker or a dispatcher. So there you have it. All right, let's go ahead and get started. First of all, let's check in with our YouTube people. See who we got this morning, how many we got watching so far. So far this morning on YouTube, we have 4 active watchers on YouTube. We have, how many check-ins do we have? We have 1 check-in, Miss Tracy Mahan. Tracy Mahan says, good morning, people. Did you all give thanks to God this morning? My hand. Look, thank you, Jesus, for waking us up. Thank you, Jesus, for watching over us while we sleep. Thank you, Jesus, for all that you do for us. Now, I know some of y'all out there probably don't believe in God, don't believe in Jesus, but I do. So I'm going to thank him for me, and I'm going to thank him for you too. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. As always, we're going to start off. With looking at our go-to load board, the one that we like to use, one that I like to use, and one that we also give access to all of our students, amongst other load boards and tools and resources that our students get access to. We're going to go to direct freight. And let's go ahead and check in and take a look at what's going on in your neck of the woods when it comes to freight and load availability. Let's check the map and see what's going on in the country. All right. Here we got in Washington State, we have 2,032 loads available in Washington State. In Oregon, we have 2,045 loads available in Oregon. In California, we have 2,167 loads short available in Cali this morning. In Arizona, we have 842 loads available. In Nevada, we have 518 loads available. In Idaho, we have 1,089 loads available. In Montana, we have 545 loads showing available this morning in Montana. In Wyoming, we have 281 loads available. In Utah, we have 1,068 loads available. In New Mexico, we have 342 loads. In Colorado, we have 929 loads. In North Dakota, we have 198 loads. In South Dakota, we have 698 loads. In Nebraska, we're showing 703 loads available in Nebraska this morning. In Kansas, we have 938 loads available. In Oklahoma, 854 loads available. Down in the great state of Texas, looks like they are leading, if I'm not mistaken, as often. We have 5,230 loads available. In Louisiana, we have 854 loads available. In Arkansas, we have 2,789 loads available. In Missouri, we have 1,701 loads available. In Iowa, we have 1,064 loads available. In Minnesota, we have 1,405 loads available. In Wisconsin, we have 2,194 loads available. Come on down here in Illinois, home of Chicago, we have 4,285 loads available. They are knocking at the door of Texas there with their load count. A lot of loads over there in this area over here. And let's go up here to Michigan. We have 2,501 loads available. In Indiana, we have 3,165 loads available. In Kentucky, we have 1,892 loads available. In Tennessee, we have 2,047 loads available. In Mississippi, we have 1,418 loads available. In Alabama this morning, we have 3,772 loads available. Down here in Florida, my state, sunny Florida, cold right now though, not that bad, it's about 40, 41 degrees. We have 2,174 loads available. In Georgia, we have, excuse me, in Georgia, we have 2,858 loads available. South Carolina, 1,852 loads available. North Carolina, we have 1,793 loads available. Up in Virginia, we have 2,121 loads available. In West Virginia, we have 511 loads available. In Ohio, we have 3,576 loads available. Good load count in Ohio this morning. Up in PA, we have 4,080 loads available in PA this morning. In New York, we have 2,910 loads available. In Maine, we have 539 loads available. Over in Vermont, we have 121 loads showing available this morning coming out of Vermont. In New Hampshire, we have 149 loads. Massachusetts, we have 971 loads. In Rhode Island, we have 64 loads. In Connecticut, 544 loads out of Connecticut this morning. New Jersey, we have 1,781 loads coming out of New Jersey. Delaware, we have 160 loads. And in Maryland, we have 1,207 loads. You come down here to Alaska for your super truckers, we have 4 loads showing available here on this load map. And in Mexico, for those of you who are south of the border, we have 10 loads showing available out of Mexico. And in Canada, north of the border, we up here in British Columbia, we have 121 loads. In Alberta, we have 185 loads. In SK, I can't pronounce that, Saskatchewan, we have 138 loads available. In Manitoba, we have 105 loads available. In Ontario, we have 311 loads available. And in Quebec, we are showing 77 loads available. Those are loads up there in Canada. All right, there you go. That's a look at what's going on in your neck of the woods when it comes to freight and load availability. A lot of freight out there, a lot of freight out there, a lot of freight out there. So let's see what we got here this morning. All right, remember, if you need a load, go ahead and give me a call. If you're a truck driver out there and you're not on a load and you're looking for a load, or if you're a owner operator, lease operator, or if you are a dispatcher for some trucks and everything, and you need a load, give me a call, 866-973-6445. extension 1 or extension 2, and we'll look up some freight for you. Now, I know we don't get to look up everybody's request that comes on, because sometimes you all will come on. I've already been on for about an hour. We only get about an hour time slot on YouTube because of the way I'm structured and the way I have to do things, because I do run a business. I do run a dispatch firm. I don't just teach this. I actually do this. I do run a dispatch firm. So I have to get back to doing that. So I take an hour out of my morning to do this and give away freight, and to do a little bit of teaching and a little bit of instructions, showing you all some tips on how to find dedicated freight, how to identify dedicated freight, and how to turn those loads into dedicated and things like that. So I'm not going to get to everybody that comes on and says, hey, I'm in such and such place and I need a load for this. Or can you find me some freight here? Or can you find me some freight there? If you need me to find you some freight outside of the load board report, you're either going to have to seek me out and hire me or seek me out and hire someone within our network. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not really taking on a whole bunch of new clients. I don't. I'm at a point in my career where I can pick and choose the clientele that I want to service. Okay. I've been doing this for quite a while. I've got a great base of clientele, and it pays me a lot of money. So, I'm doing this to promote our school and our online training platform, and to give you all some free freight. Great entertainment value is good. It's great educational value. So take it for what it's worth. Now, if you are in need of an experienced and good dispatcher, you can give me a call, 866-973-6445, and I will more than likely turn you on to someone within our network, because that's what we are. We're the National Dispatchers Network. We have a network full of dispatchers. We have brokers that call us up and want to connect with our dispatchers. Why? Because our dispatchers perform a free service for brokers. If you're broken right, they do. Okay, so let's go ahead and get over here and check the YouTube and see if we got anybody on here who needs some freight this morning. All right, we're checking in. We've already acknowledged Miss Tracy Mahan. We got DJ Too Real. Says, well, I love these YouTube names, these handles. They just crack me up. DJ Too Real. Okay, good morning, everyone. Glad to see that everyone is here today. Let's get this money. All right, that's what DJ telling y'all. DJ said, let's get that money, y'all. So we're going to try to get some money this morning. David Harris, good morning, Mr. Calvin. And chat group. Good morning, Mr. Harris. Thank you for joining us. Mika Chow, good morning, as always. Mika Chow says she needs power only out of Houston. We'll get right on that here in just a moment. We got Kathy Taylor on this morning. Good morning, Kathy. How are you doing this morning? And, of course, we got Michelle Eatman. Happy Thursday and good morning. Good morning to each and every last one of you all. Thank you all for joining this morning on the Load Board Report. All right, let's get right into it. We've got a request. Sophie Moore just checked in and says, hi. Hey, Sophie, how you doing? And Concrete Hustler just checked in and said, good morning. Good morning to you, too. All right, let's go ahead and fill this request for Ms. Mika Chow. Mika Chow asked us, do we have any power onlys out of Houston? So let's go and check Houston, Texas area. Let's go to Texas. And let's put in Houston. Where you from? Houston. Y'all know what movie that's from? Y'all know what movie from? That's from Best of the Best 2. Okay. When they went to the fight club there in Las Vegas, and the Korean kickboxing masters or kung fu masters were there to help out their American counterparts when one of their friends had gotten kidnapped. His son had gotten kidnapped, and they was in there trying to get him back because they had to fight to the death, to get him back. I don't know if y'all. I'm a big fan of movies, and Best of the Best 2 was set in that setting, and there was in this club, and this old Texas guy, big burly Texas guy, comes over to this Korean guy, and he's sitting there, with a drink, and he looks at him. He says, "You don't like you from around these parts? Where you from?" And the Korean guy looks at him and says, "Houston." Okay, That's funny to me. I don't know about y'all, but that's funny to me. All right. Anyway, we're in Houston, Texas, and we are looking for power only, leaving out of Houston, Texas. Let's see what we got. Power only. So now here's the thing. If you're looking for just power only, sometimes you can also look for just dry van, okay, freight, okay, because I know power only doesn't have a trailer, but there are on occasions if you are looking for dry van freight, or if you're looking for refrigerated freight, okay, you all do know that you can lease a trailer for a day. Do y'all realize that? You can lease a trailer for a day or a week or whatever the case may be, and it's not very expensive. And if the freight you're pulling is good enough freight, it may be worth it to you to do that sometimes if you have a power only. But you may not have to do that because power onlys are there are a lot of power only loads out there. They don't always pay as well as freight that has its own trailer. So when you're taking a look at power only and you don't have a trailer, and let's say you lease a trailer for a week, because you got to remember, power only loads are not going to pay as much as loads that regular dry van loads, regular refrigerator loads, regular flatbed loads. So if you are leasing a trailer and you're getting more money on the loads you're grabbing, even though you are power only, but now you lease the trailer, so you added some costs to your operations, but you're receiving more money for those loads than you would normally receive for just a power only load. So it kind of offsets that, and you're coming down to about where you were anyway when it comes to the money. Is that making sense to everybody? I want to make sure that it's making sense to y'all. Does that make sense to y'all over on YouTube? Let me know if that is resonating with you all, if y'all are understanding what I'm trying to convey to you here. Okay, because I always try to give y'all more insight on how to increase your revenue and how to find more available freight through less than the obvious means. Because this business is all about thinking outside the box a lot of times. And if you do that, you can make yourself some pretty good money. All right. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about power only. Okay, it's not always about just finding what's categorized as power only. All right, so let's take a look. Houston. See what we got here. Houston. See, not very many loads here showing out of Houston that says power only. Let's increase our radius. Let's go 50 miles outside of Houston. See what we got. Still not much. You got that one load right there. Now, we do have one load that's Houston to Houston. Now, that's Houston to Houston. That's a short run load, y'all. It's 0 miles. I mean, you're picking up in Houston and you're delivering to Houston. It's probably empty trailer move. Maybe. That's what I'm thinking. Hold on. Low risk. How did I get to that? What did I do here? What did I do? I hit something that I should have been hitting. Oh, there we go. I must have hit on the trucking company or something like that. All right. So it is, well, it's not empty trailer because it's 45,000 pounds. So it is a full trailer. Weight, pay rate is $1,300. So it's loaded, grab it, and go. It's not leaving out of Houston, it's staying in Houston. Now, the great thing about this is this. You got time enough to run another load, right? And this has been on there for 10 hours. Let me make sure we read this. All right. See, this is not really Houston to Houston. All right. See shippers comment. There's your load number. You got to go to Derbyville, Mississippi. So I don't know why they put this on here like this, because this is misleading. Okay, it's misleading. It don't even give you a rate per mile, and they tell you it's Houston to Houston when it's really not Houston to Houston. So you have to really check these, you have to check the additional information, because this is actually Houston to Derbyville, Mississippi. Now, we need to get an accurate mileage on how far that is and what the actual pay rate is for that. So we're going to go over here to one of our tools in a CNTMS. One of our tools that we use, we're going to go to our Insta rate here that we use, our Insta rate on the CNTMS. All right. And we're going to check that to see what that money really looks like. And we are looking for Houston to Derbyville. So that's what we're looking for. We are looking for Houston to Derbyville. Houston, Texas to Derbyville. Derbyville, Mississippi. Right there, that one. Derbyville, Mississippi. That's what we're looking for. All right. Do we know if it's a dry van? It's power only. Trip to Derbyville. It's probably I'm thinking it's a van. It doesn't say if it's refrigerated or not. Round trip. And it's a round trip. So it's there and back. Now the question is, how far is that? It's a round trip there and back. I'm going to put in dry van. It's a round trip there and back. So let's see what that mileage is. How many miles is that? 410 miles. Okay, it's not bad. 410 miles. You're gonna go, and then you're gonna come back the next day. So you're gonna go and come back. So it's a round trip. Now, that may be a dedicated. I don't know. You want to check on that, because usually when you have round trip stuff like that, there and back, it's always it's some type of just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But it's 410 miles. So from that, we know it's 410 miles. And let's see if it's yep, it's in the right range as far as the type of money that it's paying, if that's a one-way, if that's what it pays one way. Okay. If that what it pays one way, 13, what it's got on here is 1,300. They're in the right range as far as what the lane pays for that. As y'all see here, that's the lane right there. On the low end, it pays $1.78. On the high end, it pays $3.02. So it averages about $2.22 per mile. The all-in range, anywhere from 1,000 up to about 1,400. So 1,377 is on the high. So they're within the right lane, the rate for that lane. The question is, you're gonna have to call them to find out if this is indeed what it pays each way. Now, if that's what it pays going there, and then it pays that coming back, you're good. You're good. Okay. But you're gonna call BMAC Trucking LLC at 724-384-7115. Now remember, when you call them, you're gonna give them this. I'm gonna give you the information here. I'm gonna give you the contact information. I'm gonna give you the load number and all that type of stuff. Give me a second here. Post this up for you. All right. Give you some information here on that. All right. There is the information there. Let me give you the load number and stuff. Let's give you the load number. All right, this is shipper's comments. Round trip to Mississippi. Now, the questions that you're gonna ask this when you call them up, you want to make sure you find out if that rate is um, is that a rate that's going there, and then is that same rate coming back? Because if that's a round trip rate, that's not good. I wouldn't grab it if that's a round trip rate. I mean, I just wouldn't. Now, if it's a there and back, $1,300 going there, $1,300 coming back, then they're on point. But if it's it's $1,300 going there and back. No, come on. You can go in and share with them. Say, hey, well, the lanes for the last 90 days, rates, running trucks running that route were getting paid $1,300 just going there, and then $1,300 just coming back. So, that round trip all inclusive rate, that's not going to work. If it's $1,300 going and $1,300 coming back, then yeah, you're good to go. You're good to go. Okay. All right. So there you go on that one. Sophia asks, we look for carriers with different types of trailers, but how do you find a carrier, a load that just have a truck? We just did it. We just did it. You're looking for power only. Okay. That's what we just did. You're gonna look for this right here, PO. Okay. Let me show you what I'm talking about. See right here. Come down here. Look for your trailer type. That's what's called a power only. Okay. Power only, which means the trailer is already there, it's already loaded. It's basically just dropping the hook. That's what we in the business call a dropping hook. Okay, all you're doing is just, pick up a trailer, you hook up to it, then you take it somewhere, then you drop that one, then you pick up another loaded trailer, and you take it somewhere. That's all you're doing. You're just doing what's called dropping hooks. Okay, so but that's how you locate. That's the category you're looking for on the load board. It's the PO, power only. Okay, there you go. Now, as I was mentioning before, you may want to look into leasing your trailer. Okay, trailer leases or dry van trailer lease. Let's look that up real quick. Let me just look up a dry van trailer lease real quick. Let's see here. Dry van trailer rental right here. All right. If we look up dry van trailer rentals and see what the average cost is for a dry van trailer rental, let's look up. I'm just gonna grab one of these. They got them all over the place. I'm trying to see here. How much does it cost to rent a 53-foot dry van trailer? Okay, the average monthly rental for a 53-foot trailer is between $600 and $750. Come on, man. That's pennies compared to what you're making. You see what I'm saying? So, look, for all you power owners out there, you don't have to rent it every month. You can rent the doggone thing and then take it back, then just compare the two. See how you're doing with the money you're making on just power only. And I know power owners are quicker because you just dropping the hook. It doesn't take you as long to load up and all that type of stuff. Because on average, to load a dry van trailer, on average, hour and a half to 2 hours. On average. That's your load and your unload time. Hour and a half to 2 hours. But they pay more money. You have access to a lot more freight. So the offset could be worth it for you because it's only cost you $600 to $700 per month. I mean, seriously, it's incredibly cheap to rent a dry van trailer. Incredibly cheap compared to the money you could be making. And just to demonstrate that, let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Now, if you were to take this out right here, I'll take this power only out, right? And you were just looking for, let's say, dry van, and let's say reefers. See, dry van and reefers, right? Compared to a power only, and we're gonna look for the same, run, Houston to Mississippi, right? We're gonna look for the same route, Houston to Mississippi. Houston to Mississippi. And let's see what type of money that's paying, depending on the same type of run you were getting with that right there. Now, you got a lot more freight here. You have more freight going from Houston to Mississippi. All right, these are all Houston to Mississippi loads. Okay, you got this one right here paying $2.55, and that is a reefer or van load. But you got a lot more freight. Okay, not only that, you got here's a dedicated run right here from Houston to Yazoo City. So let's take a look at that lane right there, Houston to Yazoo City. Now, remember, I actually had to put in a dry van on this to get this rate. So that power only rate might be cheaper because of it's a power only. So power only generally are less, they're priced less than regular dry van, someone who has a trailer. Okay. So, but let's look at Yazoo City. All right, let's take a look at it and see what it is with the reefer. Let's go dry van first. Yeah, a little bit more money. Okay, so 1626 on the high end, 1219 on the low end. Line haul rate $2.22 per mile. Let's see if they're right on the money. $2.55 on that one. So on Yazoo City. So all these are about the same as far as the lane, because they're all going to Mississippi. So they're gonna be about the same. So yeah, that 225 on that one, and on this one right here, this should be about the same right there. Should be somewhere around 225 to somewhere around 225. Yeah, 222, 225 is where you probably should be at. So somewhere between 1,200, somewhere between 222 and 302 per mile. High end 302, on the low end 178, in the mid around 222. Now, if this was power only, if this is power only, chances are you're going to be somewhere around there, 178. Okay. Usually, if you're power only, you're on that low end because you don't have trailer costs, less expenses, and it's a quicker pickup. You can probably run more loads. There's all type of variables that go into when you're running power only. Why some people prefer them over, having their own trailer. It's less work. I mean, you're in and out a lot quicker. But here's the thing about power only too. You got to be on time. A lot of people don't factor that in. If you're not the type of driver who can get to points on time and get your drop-offs on time, you're going to have a problem with power only. Okay? Those of you out there who have ran power only, okay, you know that you got to be on time. For our people in our back office, yes, Mika Child, a CNTMS is free with InstaRate. We are putting it in our back office. Now, I think if you join, you can get a CNTMS for free. And I think the InstaRate is part of the free, a CNTMS account. All right. So InstaRate, I do believe, is part of the free CNTMS. Yeah, it is, because right now I'm using a free account with the CNTMS right now because we downgraded ours because we're no longer brokers. When we were brokers, we had the CNTMS Pro or Premium, what it was, like $49 a month, something like that. But once we became dispatcher, we no longer needed it, so we downgraded to the free account, and we still have the CNTMS, the InstaRate tool. So yes, okay. But I want y'all to understand something with power only. Okay, if you are not the type of driver who can make your on-time deliveries and pickups, you are going to have a serious problem with power only, because that's the whole thing about power only. They have these trailers loaded, and they have you scheduled to come in and grab it at a certain time within a certain window. Now, There are some places out there that have the trailer just parked over there, and when you get there, you can just announce that you're there, you roll in, and you grab it, and then you go. But there are not very many like that, because most power onlys, the delivery place has a what? The receiver has a certain time frame that you can bring that trailer in and drop out. So that means you got to have a certain time frame that you can pick it up. So you got to be punctual. If you're not punctual, you're going to have a lot of canceled loads, or loads where you're going to have to wait until the next time slot comes available for you to get in there and grab that power and grab that trailer. Okay? So keep that in mind for those of you who are just getting into this and you're trying to decide, should I go power only or should I go what you call it? Should I go power only or should I go what you call it? Either way, you got to be punctual, because when you're unloading and loading a trailer, you got to be there, so people got to load it up. But at the same time, power only receivers, they want you to be punctual. They want you to be punctual. Okay? All right. Let's look up something else. All right. But yeah, see, you can get good money if you just rent your trailer. I mean, if you want to make consistent money, seriously, I would just rent a trailer, because if you just go to let's look at what's leaving out of Houston, going just about anywhere. Now, we looked up Houston going to anywhere, right? And there was very few loads on power only. Very few loads on power only going, out of Houston, just going to anywhere. So, oh, come on, man. Let's get this. All right. Very few loads out of Houston going just anywhere. But if we look up van and reefer freight leaving out of Houston, look at what you have versus when we looked up just power only leaving out of Houston. We had about, where that shaded area is right there, we had about this much of space. We had about 9 loads. No, I think it was less than that. It was like 3 or 4 loads, right? I mean, that was it. But compared to what you get when you have a trailer, even if you're leasing a trailer, even if you are leasing a trailer, $600-700 a month, if you're leasing a trailer, you're gonna have access to loads like this on a reefer. If you're leasing a reefer trailer, let's say on the top end, $700, $750 a month. I mean, you're gonna be in a reefer. You should be pulling down 12 to 15 grand a week. 12 to 15 grand a week is what you should be pulling down on a reefer. On a dry van, you should be pulling down somewhere between 7 and 12 grand a week on the dry van. 7 to 12 grand a week on the dry van. So that little $600 a month for the dry van trailer, $750 a month for the reefer trailer, that's, come on, you're nitpicking, right? Go for the money. Go for the money, okay? It doesn't cost much to rent a trailer. $700 a month. Come on, man. That's pennies. All right. A lot of dedicated freight out there, y'all. Yeah, and y'all know I like dedicated. I love dedicated, especially these short runs. These short runs. Look at this right here. Port Allen. Houston to Port Allen. Houston to Port Allen. Houston to Port Allen, Louisiana. These all van loads, $900. Running there every day. Look at that. Look at that, running every day. Running on the 27th, the 28th. Then breaks and runs on the on the 31st, runs on the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th. Come on. These are dedicated all day long. That's dedicated. That's dedicated. That's dedicated. And for the life of me, I see people on social media all the time asking, where can you find dedicated freight? I can't find no dedicated freight. How do y'all find dedicated freight? Anybody got any dedicated freight? Well, you ain't finding it because you ain't looking. You're not looking, man. You're not looking. You have to look for the obvious. You have to look. I mean, it's not gonna always say dedicated. You gotta do a little. You gotta do some. You gotta do some analysis. You gotta know how to. You gotta know how to do load board analysis. Okay, you gotta have to know how to do your load board analysis. Everything you are looking for within this industry, you can find it on a load board. I promise you all can. But a lot of people were never taught how to properly look at a load board, how to properly analyze load board freight. I mean, I get that when I talk to some of the truck drivers, or I get that when I'm talking to people on social media, and all the questions that I get from experienced people, people who should know this stuff, but they were never taught this because they were taught by people who, I don't know, they just taught by people who didn't know what they was doing. That goes back to like when people say box trucks. How do you find loads for box trucks? I can't find no freight for box trucks because you don't know how to analyze a load board. You don't. If you can't find box truck loads, you don't know how to analyze a load board. Let me show y'all how you find box truck loads, okay? Check this out. Brokers are not gonna always classify their loads as box trucks. But what do we know about box trucks? We know that box trucks cannot pull weight that's more than 10,000 pounds. So what do? We look for what? Less than 10,000 pounds, right? A lot of times box trucks can't pull length more than 23 feet. So we look for less than 30 feet, right? Now, I usually leave this out. Why? Because a lot of times that's misconceiving because if it's not more than 10,000 pounds, chances are it's not going to be longer than 23 feet. Okay? So if I'm putting this in, I'll leave that out. Because when you do that, check this out. Now, if you're looking for just box trucks loads, let me show y'all something. If you're looking for just right here, box trucks, that says box trucks, and you're looking for just box truck loads, right? Out of Houston, this is what you're going to get. Y'all see that? That's what you get. You get one. There is one load that is categorized as box truck. But look at look at the details. Look at the DNA of the load. You have to analyze the stuff. What is this? What is this other than box truck? What does this say? Van. Right? It don't say box truck, it says van. Because this one particular broker knew how to categorize their van load that could also be put on a box truck. Why? Because it's less than 10,000 pounds. The length is only 8 feet. It's a partial load. So therefore, it can go on a box truck. And it's paying not worth anything. But, you know, and you got to go 1,053 miles. Now I'm gonna show you all something. I'm gonna show you all something that is going to just, it's gonna be like an awakening moment. Oh. Get ready for the light to come on now. I'm gonna show y'all something. Take out that box truck and just put in regular van. Right? Leave your weight right there, less than 10,000 pounds. Right? Now do that same search. And the heavens open up. What do you have now? You have a whole lot of freight that can go on a box truck. I know a lot of this stuff says 53 foot, but most of that stuff is put there because that's all the broker know how to classify it as. Brokers are humans just like everybody else, and they have tunnel vision. So when they're thinking about their load, that is a lightweight load that could actually go on a box truck, they're not thinking box truck. They're only thinking like everybody else thinks in the industry, tunnel vision, full van load. full reefer load. For that, they don't think so. Okay, well, my load could go on a box truck. Why? Because it's only 4,954 pounds. My load could go on a box truck. Why? Because it's only 6,400 pounds. It's only 5,000 pounds. It's only 9,000 pounds. It's only 7,000 pounds. It's only, is that at the max 10,000 pounds. So my load could go on a box truck. Now, you as a dispatcher have to be, or as a box truck owner, you have to know how to educate the broker on why his load is compatible for your box truck and why it's more advantageous for him to let your box truck run that load, especially these long haul loads. One thing, a box truck will get it there quicker. Will it not? A box truck can go more mileage. Can it not? Well, these big trucks don't get but 5.56 miles to the gallon, y'all. And most of them are governed at what, 60, 65, right? So you're only going to be able to get max 600, 625 miles out of a driving shift. I know you got to know I drive 700. You're lying. You lying. You're lying. You're not driving those 700, 800 miles in a big truck because it's physically and legally impossible to do with the restrictions and the hours of service and the mileage per gallon that the truck gets. You just can't do it, okay? You can't do it. I was one of the best drivers out there when it comes to sitting behind that truck and not getting out, just keeping that door closed. And the most I could do was 650 on a decent day. I averaged consistently between 600, 625, 630. But the most I was able to do was 650 legally. So for those of you out there who got these exploded egos saying that, oh, I run 750, 800 miles, you're lying. You're lying. You're lying. Now, a box truck can do that. So that's an advantage that you have over a big truck when you're talking to the brokers. Well, Mr. Broker, I think this load will be perfect for my box truck. For one thing, I can carry this weight. Okay. And unless these are like beams that stick out 53 feet, if they're boxes or pallets or whatever you got that can go on to what? A big truck, if it's no more than 4,054 pounds, I can put it on my box truck. Not only can I run these loads and put them on my box truck, right? Not only can I run these loads and put them on my box truck, I can get your load there faster. And your load has a dedicated truck. Not like on some of this stuff right here, this be considered partial loads. So that means that what? They're probably going to want to put other stuff on that truck, which increases the chance that your load will be damaged. With my truck, you have a dedicated truck. No chance of that. With my truck, I'm going to get you there faster, quicker, so I can run more loads for you. Y'all see the advantages that you can point out by having a box truck? I mean, if I just look for it out of the state of Texas by itself, let's just do Texas. Texas has all the loads, right? Let's just do Texas, the entire state. And let's just do box truck. How many box truck loads you got in the entire state of Texas? You got quite a few, right? But look what they're paying. 81 cents, 47 cents, come on, 1,450 miles. A lot of box truck loads, but, this is what you get. They're all partial loads. Because these are, in the whole state of Texas, out of 4,000, almost 5,000 loads, this is what you got in box trucks, right? Now, let's take out the box truck and leave the weight restrictions in. Let's go van. Most of those were van and reefers. Most of those were vans and reefers. If your box truck has some refrigerators, have a refrigeration system, then you can do that too. All right, let's look at this. Now, look at the freight you have access to. Because all of this stuff is under 10,000 pounds. So remember, we put our weight restriction in. All of this stuff is under 10,000 pounds. Every last one of it. And let's look at some of the money that we're looking at. You got a lot better paying rates too. Y'all see what I'm saying now? Okay, so this whole thing about box trucks being hard to dispatch is only because people don't know how to analyze a load board. Okay, you have to know how to analyze a load board. That's why when you take my course, when you take our course, when you come onto the RBBS, we're gonna train you the right way. How do I know this? Because I have done it. I was with Covenant Transport. I was blessed coming out of trucking school to get with a company that was probably the company that pays the most and gives you the most experience at driving of anybody out there. Covenant team driving truck, that truck never stops. Never stops. Only time that truck stops for any length of time, any good length of time, is when you're doing your 34 reset. And that's hardly ever, because when you get good at it, you can run on recaps for almost 3 weeks. I'm telling y'all, if you know how to manage your truck and manage your time, when you get to a shipper, you go in sleeper. A lot of people don't do that. When you get to a shipper, you go in sleeper, right? You're saving the time. You're creating what's called recap hours. You're creating your recap time, right? When you're sitting in traffic, Atlanta, coming out of Pensacola, Florida, all these high traffic areas, when you're sitting there for 2 hours in traffic, go into sleeper. Why? Because the clock doesn't turn back on until your truck reaches 15 miles or 20 miles per hour. So if you're in traffic, you're moving 5 miles an hour, 2 miles an hour, stopping 5 miles an hour, 2 miles an hour, stop. Go into sleeper. Go into sleeper. When you do that, you're saving your time. You're not going to get that time back right away, but if you shut down for like 2 or 3 hours or whatever it may be, guess what? Your recaps kick in. Bam! You get the recap hours. They kick back in. All of a sudden, instead of you having to sit and wait 10 hours to run, you may have been shut down for 2 or 3 hours, and now you can run again. This is knowledge. This is knowledge. I have a lot to teach, okay? Because a lot of these so-called training courses and people out there who claim to know what they're doing, they don't. Because they did, y'all would know this stuff. I mean, really. If they did, y'all would know this stuff. But y'all don't, because no one's teaching you all this. Everyone thinks, everybody out there says, oh, box trucks are hard to find loads for, where, you want to kind of stay away from box trucks because, they, you're going to be hard trying to find freight for box trucks. Not if you know what you're doing. Does that look like these loads are hard to find? Can not every last one of these loads, barring if they're not, some type of long, planks or something like that, if they're not long planks, and how often do loads that's weighing less than 10,000 pounds, less than 5,000 pounds, less than 3,000 pounds, less than 4,000 pounds, less than 1,000 pounds, less than 3,500 pounds, how often are those loads long planket type loads, pipes or long stuff that sticks out longer than 23 feet? Hardly ever. They're always, if they're lightweight like that, they're always either box or some type of pallets or just something that goes on there and it's not even taking up a quarter or half of your truck of a regular 53-foot truck. So yes, it can go on a box truck. It can go on a box truck. Now, when the industry professionals and brokers get to the point where they acknowledge more of this and they are more knowledgeable about what type of trucks their freight can go on, then the load boards will reflect that there's a lot more box truck loads out there. But trust me, there are plenty of box truck loads out there. You just have to be the professional have to be professional enough and knowledgeable enough to know how to recognize it and how to bring it to the attention of the broker who has posted that load and let them know that, hey, that load is perfect for my box truck. Not only is it perfect for my box truck, I'm going to give you 3 or 4 reasons why you would want to put it on my box truck. That's it for the day, y'all. I think I give y'all enough knowledge for the day. Any more knowledge you want to get, you got to take my class. Okay, you got to sign up for the RBBS at the Logistics Learning Center. So this is what I do. Okay, this is why I come on here every morning and do what we do, so I can show you all the type of knowledge you're going to gain access to when you join our platform. And not only that, all of my students will tell you there are times when they will call me up and say, Calvin, I got a question for you. Okay, shoot. I answer 2 or 3 questions. I've had people call me up and say, Calvin, I'm having trouble finding box truck loads. All right, I got about 10, 15 minutes. You don't get that with most brokers. I mean, with most trainers and instructors. You just don't get that. You don't get that. Now, do we have private consultation? Yes, we have private consultation too. And we actually have one of our platform enrollments includes 3 hours of private consultation. So when you need that one-on-one type training, that one-on-one type attention to go over in depthly like we just did on how to find box trucks and how to do this, how to do that, you can book that if you have that type of membership, that $99.95 per month membership that includes 3 hours of private consultation. You can do that. You can do that every month, 3 hours every month if you want to. Even if you don't have that type of membership, if you want to go for the membership that give you a much lower monthly payment, when you come to our live training, ask me questions. We have Q&A at the end of every training. Ask questions. That's your time to ask me. Every Thursday night, you can ask me, Calvin, how do I find box truck load? Calvin, how do I find power on the load? Calvin, how do we do this? Calvin, how does this? Calvin, you can ask me all the questions you want at the end of training every Thursday night. Because I have a slot that I say, okay, questions. Any questions? And if you want to ask me a question, ask me a question. That's your time. You have me at your disposal at that time. If you need more private, more personal attention, then you can book a private consultation at $100 an hour. If you don't have the $99 membership. Okay? For those of you who are thinking, well, all freight broker and dispatch trainers are the same. If that was the case, y'all would know this stuff. But you don't, because that's not the case. Okay? If that was the case, you all would know this, but you don't. The veterans discount, all you got to do is click on the veterans enrollment. Let me give you the link right here. Online training. So you go to online training. Here's the link. Matter of fact, it's up at the top of the of the comment sections too. But when you go to our online training page right here, you see right here, come down here, there it is right there. They're all lined out. There's the veterans one. All you gotta do is just click on the one you want. Or if you want to see all of our different types of enrollments, you click here where it says online enrollment. But if you want the veterans one, you just come down here, you click where it says get started today, enroll now on the veterans one. You click on it, and it's going to take you right over to the veterans enrollment. Now, all you got to do is pay with a debit or credit card. It's going to pop up here in a second. There it is right there. Veterans individual platform enrollment, $249.95. So that's what it's going to charge you. When you click it, add to cart. Don't ever do GPay because that's third party. Don't ever do GPay. When you do it, don't do GPay. Just add to the cart and then you check out. Okay. And you go here where it says you check out. Don't do GPay. Please don't do GPay. Okay. You just do your checkout. Then we get to your checkout. You're gonna put in, your information. Again, don't do GPay. Don't do GPay. Don't do PayPal. Don't do Cash App. You're going to go right here. You're going to do what it says secure payment. But you're going to put in your card number. You're going to put in your stuff. You're going to put all your information in up here. You can do all that, shipping, all that stuff. But then you come down here, and you're gonna put this in right here, right, and then you go over to place order. Because when you do Cash App and we do GPay, those are third-party payment systems, which means we don't get the notification for at least a couple of days. So we don't even know you've even ordered anything for at least a couple of days. And then we don't get the money until a couple of business days after that. So we can't really start processing you until we have verified funds in-house. That's why you want to do the secure payment right through your Visa credit card, your Visa, your debit or credit card. And we accept all major forms of cards, debits, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, all of them. Okay? So you do that right there, then you hit place your order, and then you just pay directly, which means we get it within 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes of you doing it, it hits our back office site. It pops up on the interns, notifications page at their desk or whatever, and then they can start processing. I even get a notification on it. So sometimes I go and I process it myself. Okay. But if you do this GPay and all these third-party stuff, it's going to be at least a couple of days before we even know you even signed up. So I have people that will call me up. I just paid over 2 hours ago and they ain't got nothing. I paid yesterday and they ain't got nothing. I don't know what's going on. Well, how'd you pay? Then I have to go and search, go and do some research. I have to do some investigation to find out where you paid at. Then I have to go through like several layers of security and figure, oh yeah, it was taken by GPay. It's in process. Okay. I don't know how and I didn't put them on this. The first couple of years I was doing this, none of this was on here. But here's what happened. Cash App and GPay and all those things, when they see you are doing a lot of business, when they see you doing more than $100,000, $200,000 plus in sales per year, then it's worth it to them to try and get a part of that processing money. So then they start attaching themselves to your checkouts. Y'all see what I'm saying? So that's all that is. Someone else is trying to get in on what we got going on. So that's how that happens. So because the first year we didn't have this. So they had to see if we were going to be successful, see if we had a track record. But once they saw we had a track record, all of a sudden they said, oh, we need to get some of this. They doing some business. So they start attaching their payment, options to our They say and the way they do it with Square, they got a thing with Square where Square gets so much of the money, this is that. And they say it's going to help your clients to sell more money, to sell more products. We're doing it for your clients' benefit. No, you're not. You're just trying to get some of what I got going on. Let's be honest. All right. Let's be honest. Okay. That's what they're doing. They're just trying to get some of what we got going on. But here is your link right here. I'm going to paste the link right there. I just pasted it. There it is right there. You go to that link, go down the way it says Veterans One, click on that, and get signed up right away on the Veterans Plan. Okay. And we're not going to ask you for your DD-214. The only time we ever ask for that type of stuff is if we get audited. If we ever get audited, then and when I say audited, it has to be an IRS audit. If we ever get an IRS audit, then we'll send you something, send us a copy of your DD-214, a photocopy of your veteran's ID, or something of that nature. But there's not much chance of that because we're usually pretty good on our taxes and we do things the right way. We have corporate tax and we have my personal income tax. So shouldn't have a problem with that. All right. Well, even if you're already enrolled, then you're already enrolled. I can't go back and give you when you were supposed to enroll under the terms of what you enrolled in. Okay. So even if you're already enrolled, I can't, we're not going to go back and say, well, retroactive will give you a veteran discount retroactive. No. Okay. Sorry. No, we can't do that. All right. But for those of you who are looking to enroll, we do have a veterans enrollment, we have a regular enrollment, and we have what's called enrollment. Okay. All right. All right, everybody. There we have it. I hope y'all got a lot of knowledge today. I did a little something extra with the box truck thing, showing y'all how to find the box truck. because a lot of people are always asking, can't find box truck, can't find box truck. Well, they're out there. You just have to know how to look for them. All right, there's a lot of money out there to be paid on box truck if you know how to look for them. All right, they've even got dedicated box truck loads out here. If you look at some of this stuff, look at this right here. Y'all see that right there? It doesn't pay much, but for a box truck, that's about average. But it's a dedicated. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. But the miles are so long though. You just got a lot of miles, 1,885 miles. So it's not really. Excuse me. Oh, my allergies are kicking in. That's what it is. All right, everybody. That's going to do it for today. I appreciate y'all joining me here for the Load Board Report. Daily look at what's going on in your neck of the woods when it comes to freight and load availability. As always, I want to give a shout out to all the people who tuned in today. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for joining us. See here, let's give our shout out. Miss Tracy Mahan, thank you for joining us. Miss Sophia Moore, thank you for joining us. Miss Christina, thank you for joining us. Christina says, wow, thanks for that. Learning something every day. Hey, that's the goal, right? Miss Mika Chow said, how do I find load out? I don't know what you were saying right there, Mika Chow, but hopefully I was able to answer your questions somewhere down the line. I'm not sure what that is, but we're at the end of our time right now, so I can't do it right now. I have to come in tomorrow or hit me up in training or join our platform, whichever applies. We have DJ Too Real. Thank you for joining us, DJ Too Real. David Harris, thank you for joining us. Concrete Hustler, thank you for joining us today. Michelle Eatman, it's always a pleasure. Thank you for joining us. Kathy Taylor, thank you for joining us. And that's going to do it. So there you have it. I appreciate everybody for joining us today. As always, I'm always grateful that you all support what we do. You join in, you take a look at what we're doing. You like what I have to put out there, and you all are learning from it, and that's where it's really at. For those of you who want to join our platform and learn how to dispatch freight from home and earn more than $100K per year, you can join our platform at RBBSLLC.com, and there's the link right there. I just posted it there for those who want to join. When you join our platform, here's what you're going to get. You are going to get training in the convenience of your home. Our online platform will train you to earn 100K plus from home dispatching freight and provide the online network, tools, resources, and training to ensure your success. You get access to more than 100 load boards, access to more than 140,000 hours of operation training videos, access to more than 19 million direct verified shippers, access to every registered owner operator in the United States, access to live training, access to our logistics library, which, by the way, has every word, phrase, and term ever used in trucking and freight, access to our network of more than 2,967 industry professionals that you all can network with, learn from, and help each other to make money. And you also get access to me, of course. And we have we have three, enrollment options, very affordable enrollment options. We have a $99 premium platform membership, which is only $99.95 plus tax per month. No upfront enrollment fee, just a flat $99.95 plus tax per month. And you get access to all the stuff we just talked about. Plus, that one also includes 3 hours of private consultation monthly. That's a $300 value because I charge $100 an hour for private consults. We have a veterans individual platform enrollment, which gives you a discount on the regular enrollment. The veterans enrollment is only $249.95 plus tax on your enrollment, and it's $29.95 per month plus tax to access all your back office, resources, training, and support. And we have an individual platform enrollment, which is $349.95 plus tax on your enrollment, and just $39.95 per month plus tax for access to all your back office tools, resources, training, and support. Look, y'all, I love you all. I thank you all. I appreciate y'all for joining me here this morning, as always. And I look forward to seeing you all, those of you who are in our course, seeing us for dispatch training tonight. Tonight's training is going to be on the dispatch agreement and the carrier profile form. Dispatch agreement and the carrier profile form is what tonight's training for dedicated dispatch training would be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be broadcasting that on live on YouTube, but I'm going to start not leaving those up. You all will be able to see the live broadcast, but after it's been up for a day, it's going to be for members only, for YouTube members only. You're going to have to join our paid YouTube subscription to see those operational training videos from here on out. And I'm also going to be posting them in our back office site, so our regular subscription paying members will have access to them directly in our back office site under our video library. So there you have it. Thank you all again. I appreciate y'all. You all have a great, 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 great day. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful morning. I know my singing is off, but hey, I like it. That's all that matters, right? All right. Y'all have a good one. Hope to see you all, some of you all tonight in training, and I'll see the rest of you all tomorrow morning for the load board report. Bye, everybody.